Now that we have a general idea on how we can maximize our effectiveness by, in record time, putting our websites onto Google.com, it is now time for us to prepare for the next step, to take our marketing to the next level. And before we begin to create a lot of new additional properties, such as additional sites or blogs or videos, what we're going to do right now is to actually prepare some of the content that will eventually be distributing all over the internet. Just to give you an idea on the variety of types of content that are available, the first kind, which is also the most common, is written text. If you're going to be creating written content on a particular topic, the best practice is to actually know the basics of your topic so that you're able to write intelligent articles as well as snippets around that particular area. Remember, in order for us to attract more and more people to come to our sites to absorb our content, we need to make sure that we are providing value. And if you don't know much about your content, if you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know what interests people who are interested in your topic, then there is no way that you're going to ultimately be able to provide that type of value. Other types of content include images. Other types of content includes images. For images, they can be pictures that you have taken yourself, images or graphics that you might have rights to, or later on, we're going to be sharing with you some additional ways that you can find royalty-free type of images. But basically, these type of images, you'll be able to post on websites. You can use them in your social media along with your various social media posts, as well as a variety of different image sharing platforms. Videos. Later on in this section, you will see just how powerful, effective video marketing can really be. If you can create your own videos, upload them onto existing video sharing sites. You can also upload them onto social platforms, as well as embed them into any existing sites or blog that you might have. Earlier, you saw how we were able to embed a YouTube video onto our one-page Google sites. Similarly, you can embed any video onto any other site that you want as well. Audio can also be considered as content. If you do have a piece of audio, of music, something that you had recorded by voice, you can upload them onto audio or podcast sites, as well as some audio-only sites. On the different video sharing platforms, you can also upload the audio file directly into these sites as well. Optionally, you can accompany them with the variety of photos or images that you have already found or created yourself. And after you have created this video or audio, they are now able to be embedded onto any other website that you ultimately want. Now a little bit more about written content. Here are the different types of written content that you might want to prepare for. The first type is called a main website. In other words, it will be very similar to the one-page landing page that we had created earlier with Google Sites. What this means is that you will need to prepare a headline, maybe a sub-headline, any type of call to action, as well as features and benefits. As you continue on in your internet marketing journey, you want to create even more content, bring even more value, and take your own promotional methods to the next level. You're ultimately going to want to start writing blogs. When you write blogs and you create blog content, what you're ultimately doing is you will ultimately be attracting a lot more traffic directly from the search engines based on the topics and keywords of your particular blog posts. Your social media post, anything that you might be posting on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, every single one of those posts also count as content, which means that you will not only be able to attract social visitors, but you will also potentially be able to attract search engine traffic as well. Anytime that you might be doing some type of promotions, you can write short descriptions or a summary of what your one-page site is about. They can be short, descriptive snippets about your product or page, and if you are promoting something specifically. You might also want to create promotional content, and they might be used for social media, for classified ads, or maybe some type of platform listings as well. Now, on the topic of writing effective copy, what I want to introduce you to, if you haven't heard about this already, is the concept called AIDA, otherwise known as AIDA. With AIDA, this is a form of marketing, and a very strategic one at that, which has been around for a very long time. In the old days, people used AIDA for radio, for TV commercials, for newspapers, magazine advertisements. You name it. It is time-tested and proven to be extremely, extremely effective. And now, many of us are using this for copywriting purposes. If you remember, when we were creating our one-page Google sites, all the different aspects of the headline, the subheadline, the features and benefits, they are all, as well, parts of the AIDA process. The first A stands for attention. This means that you want to get people interested into your page. The first thing that people see, which is your headline, this is where you're going to capture their attention. The next thing that they see is the subheadline, and that's where the I in AIDA comes in. The I stands for interest. In the subheadline section, what we want to do is to introduce the page very, very well. We want to give them something interesting to read so that they don't hit the back button right in the middle of it or close the page off altogether. The subheadline is designed to keep them attracted to your particular offer by keeping them interested in what you have to say. As you continue, we get into the D, which stands for desire. Here, we want to build motivation. We want to keep them interested in the body of the copy right in the middle so that at the end, we can get them to the last A, which is action. We want to drive the reader to your call to action. We want them to click on our link. We want them to go to our affiliate website or any other site that we want to drive them to. The action is the last thing that we want people to notice on our page, and it's the last thing that we want them to take before leaving our page as well. So in terms of every page that you built, regardless of whether it's a one-page site or a blog or any other piece of written content, make sure to keep this AIDA formula in mind. Another form of content, as we discussed earlier, is multimedia content. With multimedia content, this can be a lot easier because you don't necessarily have to create the content yourself. Now, of course, you have the option to do that. You can capture your own content easily with your smartphone or your tablet or your device or your personal computer. You can take screenshots, you can take photos if you want to. However, if you're too lazy to do that, or if you don't have the skill to create high quality type of images, you can also use public domain multimedia content. If you want to find a series of free images that you can use without any copyright issues, one of the sites that we recommend is a site called pixabay.com. If you go to pixabay.com, you will see that there are literally 1.3 million images as well as videos that are shared generously by the community, which means that you can use every single one of these images that you find for absolutely free. You can choose from photos to illustrations, vector graphics, videos, and more. Scroll down to see some samples of some example images that you can use for free if you wanted to. They are very high quality, is in HD high resolution, and you can use any one of these at no cost to you whatsoever. In fact, the guidelines are all the way at the bottom. It says Pixabay is a vibrant community of creatives sharing copyright-free images and videos. All content are released under Creative Commons which makes them safe to use without asking for permission or giving credit to the artist, even for commercial purposes, which is great because everything that we're going to be using this for is commercial purposes. We definitely intend to be profiting off of the work that we do. So go ahead and go to pixabay.com. You can even search for whatever type of keywords that come to mind. And a lot of these copyright-free images will be displayed. All you need to do is click on any one of them. Free for commercial use, no attribution required. Click on free download and you are good to go. Going back here, you will see that pexels.com is another option, very similar to Pixabay. You are now able to find free stock photos that you can also use for whatever purposes that you want. Another one is openclipart.org, which won't have too many photos, but of course they will also display a lot of different types of clip art which are suitable for different types of occasions. If you want to find additional videos, in addition to some of the ones that you might find on pixabay.com, you can also go to pond5.com, where you'll be able to find some royalty-free images. Many of them are free. Some of them you may have to invest in. But as you can see, there are plenty of footages that you can choose from if you want to. There's also music tracks, sound effects, After Effects, and many other kinds of media types that are offered on this particular site. You can also go to fideasy.com, where here you will also be able to find a lot of free HD stock footage at 4K videos as well. For example, let's say that you randomly want to click on one of these. Laptop keyboard. You can see that this is actually a video that you can download, incorporate into anything that you're currently working on, or maybe even create a video of your own using this type of footage if you want to use this. HD quality is available, and you can click here for your free download immediately. Once you get your images and video clips, you're easily able to create your own multimedia content using a variety of different software or tools that are directly available online or from social media platforms. For example, if you want to create your own images and graphics but you don't have any graphic design skills, cooltext.com is a great place for you to go to create logos. As you can see, you can randomly choose any one of these. Type in the text that you want for your particular logo, and instantly it will generate your logo based on the preview that you have previously seen. But it doesn't end there, because you can also choose which font you want. You can choose from a variety of text sizes. You can choose different colors. Make a gradient if you want to. Have an outline. Have images. Have shadows. Composites. Add different layers together. There are tons and tons and tons of different options to make your particular logo look unique. At the same time, there is another really useful graphics tool called canva.com. If you go to Canva, you will be able to see that they have options for you to create any type of design that you want, from logos to Kindle covers, ebooks, book covers, business cards, paper size type of designs, and a whole lot more. You can see that I have used this extensively across many of my various projects, and you can use it all the same for absolutely free as well. For your exercise, what we want you to do right now is to create your first customized image. For the time being, You don't have to worry about the videos because later on, we're going to be actually creating a video from scratch. At this current time, all you need to do is work on creating a customized image. It can be an image of your choice, something that you have taken yourself from your own archives, or you can use any one of the public domain image platforms that we have shared with you earlier, Pixabay, Pexels, Open Clip Art, and download any single one of those royalty-free images that you want. If you want to edit these images, add your name on there, add the keywords, add your brand, or whatever it is that you want to target. Open up your image editor from your computer. If you're on Windows, you can use Paint for free. If you're on Mac, you can use Preview for free. Or regardless of if you're on a Mac or a Windows machine, there are plenty of other image editing software that you can use which will help you edit your images. For example, Picasa. You can personalize the image if you want. You can customize it with text. Put your name on it, put your brand, product name, keywords, website, domain name. The choice is yours. As an additional tip, if you eventually want this image file to show up on Google, what you ultimately want to do is to also name the image file according to your keyword phrase. So for example, let's say that we go back to pixabay.com. And I want to find a keyword around internet marketing, or maybe even based on the Internet Millionaire Secrets keyword that I ultimately want to use. If let's say that I want to scroll down and randomly choose any one of these. Let's say this one, for example. I don't necessarily need the biggest file size, but if I go ahead and click on free download, you will see that I am given a lot of different options. For some of the higher quality images, if you want to download those, you might require a free account in order for you to actually download it. If you don't need the highest quality, choose any one of the lower quality ones, select download, and it will automatically be downloaded into your computer. Now, as we mentioned earlier, if we want our image to show up on Google search, what we're ultimately going to want to do is to rename our file name to our keyword. So here, let's say I want to call this Internet Millionaire Secrets. And as we recall, the name of our site also includes private online course. If I go ahead and go back to our Google site, let's say that I want to edit this. I come down here and click on where it says edit this page. And now, let's say that in addition to this video, in addition to everything else that we have already created at the bottom over here, I now also want to upload this new image that I have just created. All I need to do is select this file that is already named to the keyword that I want to optimize for, that I want to target. I click on open. And immediately, the uploading process is going to begin, and within just a few moments, this is going to be complete on our website. So again, all we're doing here is we are adjusting the size. And as an added tip, if we have indeed a keyword that we want to optimize for, another thing that you want to do is you want to add in what we call an alt text. In the alt text, you want to insert the keyword that you want to target. So in this case, we're going to enter in Internet Millionaire Secrets, private online course. Click on apply, and that is it. When you're done, go ahead and click on publish, your site will now update. And when we go and click on where it says view, you will see that our site has now been updated with our image at the bottom. Okay, so once again, for this particular exercise, what we want to invite you to do is to create your own customized image. At the end, whatever it is that you have done to it, make sure that you also name the image file according to what your keyword phrase is. You have the option of creating as many different customized images as you want, because ultimately, we're going to want to create multiple pages as well. So there's going to be no shortage of opportunities for you to ultimately use these images. At this time, if all you have time for is one image, go ahead and create a minimum of one customized image. But if you have time to create additional ones, go ahead and do so, because again, we're ultimately going to be using them across multiple platforms.